and is it necessary? Being a witness to your relationship with God, and is it necessary? That's the first question. Second question is offending God an actual offense against him, or something he may just take as an offense when feeling offended by it? So that's the second question. I'll read it again. Is offending God an actual offense against him, or something he may just take as an offense when feeling offended by it? That's question 2. Question 3. Is trying to save one man worth corrupting the entire world over? Is trying to save one man worth corrupting the entire world over? Fourth question. Is trying to save 2 apes worth corrupting one, even one man, for his whole life and the entire world of men? That's question 4. Is trying to save 2 apes worth corrupting one, even one man, for his entire life, the entire world of men? Question 5. When a man creates a lasting ripple effect in God, is it also a lasting ripple effect created in man? That's question 5. When a man creates a lasting ripple effect in God, is it also a lasting ripple effect created in man? So let's start with the first question. We're going to answer the first question. Question number 1, being a witness to your relationship with God, and is it necessary? I'd say that's one of the most important questions ever, because it's got to be one of the most important questions in the world ever, because wow, that was a great question. Wow, I'm glad you asked me that, because being a witness to your relationship with God, and is it necessary? Well, yes, it is necessary. To be a witness to your relationship with God is not only necessary, it is necessary and can't not be. It's critical. It's a prerequisite, I'd call it. I'd say it is the fundamental, single most, even if it's not single, reason to say that's a great question. So you're asking me a question saying that does a person have to witness their own interaction with God, or do they have to be a witness to their own relationship with God? And I'm saying that was put so well, and I'm surprised you're so smart. Most people would never even have an awareness of the idea that they could be a witness to their interaction with God, or that they could have one and they're not a witness to it. That maybe they could have an interaction with God and not even know there are at all. Maybe you're having an interaction with God right now. He's talking through me, and my ego's just trying to think it's great. And so I'm only doing that because my ego wants to play like it's some great, important person so maybe that's why. So you're not having an interaction with God right now. It's just my ego trying to be, it's like an ape, like a monkey. It's like, man, I want to be like important, man. I want to be like God. And so maybe that's why you're not having an interaction with God right now. But what if you are? If you are having an interaction with God right now, well, are you witness to it? Are you witness to it? Being a witness to your relationship with God is most important, because you won't listen to an ego that is just trying to play God. And that ego, whether it's playing God or not, may be having God or not. And also then mocking God or not, or mocking you and God or not. So it really doesn't matter, except to say that if you're not witness to your relationship with God, it is necessary to be a witness. What that means is that you must know that if you are having an interaction or a relationship with God, that if you don't know at all that you are, and you are, that's not okay. It's not okay that you are having a relationship and an interaction with God, and you are completely asleep or unaware or unconscious to any iota of it. Which means that if me and God are buddies and we're best friend pals, but I have no idea I even knew who he was, or that he's even existing, because I don't even think about him, how could he be my best friend pal? I'm saying, well, you mean you're not even witness to who your best friend pal is? You don't even know you have a best friend pal that's God? No, I didn't have any clue of that. Are you kidding me? You're telling me that? Well, what if it's true? Well, what if it's not true? Well, easily, if I'm not even witness to my own relationship with God, well, it's critically important to know that I wouldn't allow anybody to accept the idea that they don't have to know that they're having some relationship with God, or even that it's important to know that they are witnessing it. Maybe they don't need to even know that they're even having some relationship with God. Maybe they just don't even worry about it. Maybe you're not. Maybe you are. Who cares, right? No, wrong. It's very important to witness your relationship with God, but it's critical. It's so important that what I'm saying is that we cannot allow people not to be able to have to verify and confirm that they are witnessing their relationship to God, or it can't be considered real. So the point here is that my concern is if you were to consider that you might have a relationship with God or want one, then you also need to consider that you may already have one and just have no idea how it works or why it is or how it is. And maybe he's not including you and your ego in on the relationship with him. So now we're going to get back to the ego part of it, or portion of this. And I'm going to say, if God said, I don't like your ego enough to say that your ego, which is a spirit in man, and I said man, not woman, but it could be in women, but it comes from man, not woman. Women take it, might have it, but the ego comes from man, and women will take it. But it's not from women. But it is if you want to say that, yeah, mommy could take her son and say, I'm the mommy and you're the son. Don't tell me I took spirit from you, son. I'm your mother. So that it could get confusing. But being a witness to your relationship with God is something that you can't have faith to do. So if you were to accept that you could have faith in God and that's good enough, well, it could be good enough in a world that is not going to destroy you, or you're going to get destroyed and eaten up by the powers that be, or eaten up by the criminal element, or destroyed or murdered or robbed to death, or whatever they do to you to destroy and rob, murder, and destroy you. Understand that you'll have to know faith is not a final result for your relationship with God. Faith is not okay in the final end, except when you got to heaven, it is. So that faith in God and not insisting on being a witness, having a witness, is something that you do when you're in heaven, after you've got there already, after you've made it already, after he accepts you already, after you're there already. Then you have faith in knowing that you're already there. There's no reason to have to be a witness to it. And when you're already there, you won't even ask yourself that question because it would be ridiculous to think you would. Like, you wouldn't say, like, I'm in heaven, so should I worry about what if I never get here? If I'm in heaven, don't come to me and worry. Ask me, like, am I ever going to get to heaven? I'm saying, no, you're here now. You're already in heaven, boy. Oh, but I'm worried I might never get here. Well, you are here, so what are you worried about? Oh, why am I worrying then? What am I really worried about? You're worried about the fact that you can't even be a witness to the fact that you're in heaven, and you're coming to me and saying, I don't even know if I'm ever going to get to heaven. And I'm saying, boy, you're in heaven. What are you worried about? I don't know, but I am worried about something. But I'm saying, what, you're telling me I'm already in heaven? I'm saying, you're in heaven, boy. You already made it. Don't even worry about it. Okay, but I'm still worried about it. So what's wrong with me? I mean, you just told me not to, but I didn't not do it. I'm still worried. Well, then you can't obviously make yourself stop worrying, can you? I guess I can't. Can you help me? I told you to stop worrying. You're already in heaven. Don't worry about it. But, okay, let's wait. Count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm still worried. Did you try to stop? I did. I don't know. Maybe you should try longer. No, I try all day. I won't be able to stop worrying. So you can't even control yourself? Obviously, I can't. Can you help me? I told you, boy, you're already in heaven. Don't worry about nothing. But I'm still worrying about something. And so obviously I'm trying not to worry. How do I stop worrying about something? Okay, so you're saying you can't even stop worrying no matter how hard you try. That's right. I can't stop worrying no matter how hard I try. It's bothering me. I need your help. Okay, so then if simple guidance to you is stop worrying about it, I told you already there. If that's not good enough guidance and you still failed to take my guidance and do as I tell you to get it to be okay, well, what if I accuse you of not doing as I just told you? I say, I just told you you're already in heaven, boy. You don't have to worry. I know, but I can't. But I'm okay. But I'm still worried. I'm trying to stop. Well, what if I said that? No, you're not. You're not even doing as I told you. I just told you stop worrying. You won't do what I tell you. But I can't stop worrying. I'm trying. But what if I said no? You're not trying. I said I just told you to stop, and you just disobeyed my direct order. I'm giving you a direct order, boy, to stop being afraid of things, and stop worrying about stuff. Okay. Now what? Did you do as I just told you? As I just gave you direct order to do? Stop worrying about things. I'm ordering you to stop worrying about things right now. I want you to stop worrying about stuff and realize you're already in heaven. You're not going to have to worry about getting there. You already got there. Are you telling me the truth? I'm telling you the truth, and I don't care what you think. And I want you to stop worrying, and I'm ordering you to do it right this second. And, okay, but what happens if I'm still worried? Well, you can tell me that you've already done it, and maybe you're lying, but then you still didn't do what I said. But if you do stop worrying right this minute, then I guess you did do what I just ordered you to do, so that you have followed my orders. And what if I tried to do it, but I somehow couldn't do it? Then you could say that you couldn't follow my orders because you weren't able to. And I'll ask you why you weren't able to, because I'll say I just gave you a direct order to stop worrying right this second. Why are you not able to follow my orders? That's frustrating, sir. I don't know, because I'm thinking like maybe I'm not able to do it, or I can't do it. And I'm going to tell you that if I can't stop making myself worry or being afraid, you can't give me a direct order to stop being afraid or worrying, because I'm saying I tried it, and don't tell me it's even an order you can give, because I can't stop making myself worry or being afraid. If I try to force myself to do it, it won't work. I'm not strong enough. Oh, so you're saying you're not strong enough to follow my orders? Is that what you're telling me, boy? Yes, sir. I'm not strong enough to follow your orders. I'm not even sorry, but you should be sorry for giving me an order such as that when I'm not even strong enough to do it. I couldn't follow your orders and stop being afraid or stop worrying, sir. And I did try, but I was too weak to do it, because I did not have the will or the power to overpower my own fears to get it done, sir. So you're the fool, sir, not me. And where did you get that rank, sir? You're the one with the rank. You're telling me you're going to give me a direct order to stop worrying and being afraid of things? Sir, you must be a dumb in charge man. You can't tell a person like me who's afraid and doesn't have the will or the power or the adequate manifestation in spirit of his own devices. The spirit he has, he gives to you. He don't get to have it himself. What are you doing, sir? You coming to me? You're inferior idiot, and you're giving me an order to stop being afraid of the fact I have no power? How can I not fear it? I'm powerless. And look at you, sir, with all the power and the rank and the greatness. You can't give me an order to not be afraid of being disempowered. It scares the shit out of me. Oh, well, damn. That's interesting, boy. You're smart. Maybe we should put you in our decoding school for translating high-tech jibber jabber stuff that no one understands. Okay, I'll do it, sir. Being a witness to your relationship with God is important and necessary, because if you can't say you're a witness to it and actually claim it by stating it, then you're not a witness to it, and then you have to have faith that He's even there at all. And I want you to know that there's something wrong in the world with a world that has faith that God exists and they're talking to Him, praying to Him, or that it's even a him when it could be a her, not a him, because they can't see Him and they're not a witness to who they're talking to. So if God's a girl and your mommy, well, you certainly would never know, and there could be one God and it might be one goddess. But the reality is, I'm not even saying that's true. What I'm saying, it's more likely, if what I'm telling you is true, that it's actually a god and not a goddess. But I'm saying that if it is also true that I'm wrong, then it could be a goddess and not a god. And in either event, now we've covered the field, right? Now we both know the possibilities of what it could be. And I'd say that my opinion is if it's not a god I can find after 31 years of searching, then it could be a goddess. Because if it is a goddess coming to me after 31 years, and she says to me, "It's been 31 years you've been trying to find God, huh?" Yeah, I'm so mad at him. That son of a, oh my God, man, you think Job cursed God out? Wait till I get done with him, man. I've been looking for 31 years for God, and I've been crying, suffering, searching, lamenting, dispossession. I've been freaking prostrated and freaking cast out of myself and my own soul. I never would accept it and be me. And I was not me for 31 years. Not for a minute was I myself. I was everyone else in some dispossessed and dispirited and wow state of absolute trauma, and having the faith that I'll find him. And 31 years of my trauma passed by before I said, holy shit, this is traumatic, man. I'm prostrated and don't even know what the word means. Well, why don't you look it up in the dictionary, boy? Well, I don't want to, because if I ever look it up and find out what it means, I'll be mad at God. How come I'm prostrated, God, and looking for you 31 years into it? How come I'm dispossessed of myself and I can't even be myself 31 years into it? God, how come I'm being accused of having an ego and I couldn't possibly, I don't have myself. And if an ego is not me, then how can it be bad if I don't have it? And why am I accused of it? Oh, something so backwards, my friends. Oh, wait a minute. Is that the subterfuge? Subterfuge? What's that mean? We'll look it up in the dictionary. I'm not looking up subterfuge. It'll make me so mad at God when I find out what subterfuge is. I'll be so pissed off. Oh, so you don't know what a lot of words mean, and you won't even look them up. Hell no, because I'll be so mad at God. I'm already not mad at God. I can't do it yet. So once you look up those words and find out why you're going to be pissed at God, and you have a good reason to be. I can't give myself a good reason to be mad at God, or I'll do it. I'm already looking for a good reason. That's why I won't even look in the dictionary. We'll look up the word prostration and look up the word pissed off at God. Let's see if it's in there. Okay, so what about subterfuge? What is subterfuge? Why don't you just tell me? Prostration is when you refuse to participate with your own existence and trying to find some other existence which may or may not be around, and failing to find it after a long time causes trauma, extreme trauma, in every way, to a soul and to the body. And it's also taxing and telling and damaging in every way to the point of death, and even can cause death. It causes misery, no doubt, up to the point of death, and does eventually cause even death. So you're saying if I don't find God, I'm doomed to die? Well, you'll feel that way all the way to the death itself. 31 years into it, 51 years into it, you fail to find God, you will die. And if you fail to find death, you already found God. And maybe you won't die, but that's not something that any man will ever know. Okay, so what's a subterfuge? A subterfuge is a trick meant to trick you, a device that is implanted into your area that you may use as what you think is one purpose, that whatever you're doing with this device or this, like a Bible could be a subterfuge, but ultimately that's only what the devil would tell you that, maybe, or Satan would tell you that, but they'd say that the Bible's a good example of a subterfuge, and that would make everyone mad because it's like the one thing that's probably not to be considered a subterfuge whatsoever at any time. So it's just the one thing you would never want to call a subterfuge is the Bible, is more like what the statement really means. A Bible is about as far removed from a subterfuge or the meaning of it as possibly could be existing. And then, of course, the devil would argue and say, it is the most strongest subterfuge I've ever seen. Don't tell me it's far removed from it. So you'd have to know from which angle you're getting your opinions. Your beliefs have to come from somewhere. If they come from the devil or the serpent or Satan or any entity that says, I'm trying to actually look here and be a witness to who I am, not trying to say that I'll be just having faith, I could be God. Oh, you mean you're having faith? You're God? What if you're not God? Well, I have faith I am God. I want you to have faith I'm God too, but you're not. You're some devil Satan dude. You're not God. I have faith I am God. I don't need proof. I don't need to be a witness to the truth. Hey, you should believe it too. I have faith I am as well. I don't know if I like your opinions, Mr. Devil. They're definitely not gods. How do you know they're not gods if I'm God? They are gods if they're mine. Well, then I'm saying you're not God and they're not yours. Well, then don't use my head to think from, boy. I don't want to use your head to think from, you dumb devil. Well, then, yeah, and don't piss me off. I'll kill you for it, boy. You know who you're talking to? Maybe. Just make sure you be careful when you are talking to me. You don't want to make me angry at you. I've got 45 in my hand. It's a spiritual 45, and it's invisible. And I'm a trigger-happy son of a SOB. Ooh. Well, then you're going to scare me now, man. Well, you should be scared. Well, then damn. No, it's not fair. I can't even tell you off because it's true. You're just a lying nobody. Well, how do you know I'm a lying nobody? Well, I don't, but how do you know you're not? So you want me to assume, you're assuming I'm a lying nobody and I'm not God. And you're telling me I should assume it too? And when you don't know, but I do, or I claim I have the faith that I do, just like I want you to have the faith that you don't need to witness your relationship to God. You don't need to see his big red horns, boy. Well, don't tell me God has big red horns. They are huge red horns. Okay, but that's only if you're him. And I told you I ain't believing you're him. You're just a devil, man. You're just a devil and you're not even God. Yeah, that'd make me mad, boy. Why shouldn't I fry you on the grill right now, boy? You want to cook like a burger? Well, then you're trying to scare me, man. You're going to cook me like a burger right now? If I want to put you on the grill right now, I'll eat you too. Dude, you'll taste good with some ketchup and mustard. Well, damn, you're trying to scare me, man. Well, I'm not trying. I'm telling you what I could do to you. And yeah, especially if I'm God. Well, damn, I don't know if I like talking to you. Well, then know that you better not be witness to your relationship with me. Maybe you should know anything about your God. Oh, great. Now you're trying to even insinuate that everyone should realize that they don't even know who God is, even if they've been going to church every week, because they don't even know he has big red horns. And if they saw him, they would know if they were witness to what they were worshiping. There now, boy, you said something smart for one time in your life so far. Good for you. I like that. Now I'm starting to like that, boy. Oh, well, then fine. But I don't like that at all. I know. And if you even knew it, you were saying, boy, that you don't like that. God has big red horns. You don't know who God is, and you're no witness to your relationship with him. But you're looking right at me. Where's your God? Boy, I'm trying to say, God, where are you? 31 years you've been looking for him. Did you find him? No. Well, you found me, though, didn't you? Well, I wasn't looking for you. Go away, you devil. You're not God. Oh, so here I come to you 31 years into your crying, traumatic suffering. Oh, God, let me find you. Why are you ignoring and abandoning me? 31 years. Poor me, I'm suffering. God, please come to help me. Okay, I'm here, boy. Do you see my big red horns? I'm your God. I just came. I'm tired of you crying and crying, and you're making me angry now because I'm hurting for you. Here I am. Oh my God, you can't be my God. Well, what if I told you searched 31 years and I was trying to find that out? How am I going to show up? If he sees me, he'll say, no, man, you can't be my God. I'll say, well, then search for another 31 years and don't find me. Oh man, now you're trying to present some idea that what you're saying is too, no, I don't believe it. No one else will either. Okay, good. But at least you'll know the truth, even if you don't believe it, and no one else will either. And now at least you know the facts, even though you won't believe them or consider them facts, and neither will anyone else. Okay, good. Well, then I guess you accomplished something, didn't you? I did. But what have you accomplished your whole 31 years searching for God? That you couldn't find him? Or that he wasn't right here or there or here and there? The most important thing to know. And how could he show up to you? You might actually see who he is if he came over and showed up. And don't tell me that you wouldn't be a witness to who he is or what he is if he showed up and you could see him. You would see what he is. Well, he'd be my God. He wouldn't be no devil. Yeah, unless he showed up and he had big red horns. And then you'd say, oh, wow, man, who are you? I'm your God. Call me the devil. Okay, but that's not even right, man. You're trying to show up in place of God. If he finds out about this, he's going to fry you, Mr. Devil. No, he gave me the frying pan. It's the hell I own. I'm a ruler of hell, and it's mine to rule. You want to rule in hell or serve in heaven, boy? Well, I'm willing to serve in heaven. You want to serve in hell? You're even willing to serve in hell. Did you know that? No, I didn't know that, but I guess I don't. Well, I'd rather not. I don't want to rule. I don't need to rule. Oh, you don't want to have any rule? You don't want to rule my hell? It's my heaven. I love hell. I love hell. It's my heaven. It's the greatest place ever. It's a dream come true to be in hell with me in Elysium Fields, boy. You know what the Elysium Fields are? No, I don't even know what they are. Yeah. So you don't even know my heaven, do you, boy? It's called the hell you're going to get to go to if you can't find heaven. I know I'm worried about that. Well, don't worry about it. I told you already, it's my heaven. And my big red horns, are they so terrible? Well, but you're not God. You're the devil. I don't know. You're not a God. Well, I told you that's offensive. You're going to start to offend me like that. I could take offense to that statement, boy. I told you who I was, and I just showed up after 31 years of your suffering. I'm tired of hearing you cry like a little bitch. Poor me, I can't find God. Please show up. Well, here I am, boy. You see my horns? It's me. I know now, but then what if it's true? Well, what if it is? I finally showed up for you. Happy now? Well, I would be if I even could accept it. You mean you're my God? What if I said I already told you that? Well, then I'd say, well, damn, hi, God, how are you? I thought you were the devil and you weren't God. And how come everybody says that you're not? Well, I guess they'd have to be a witness to their relationship with me to even know or be able to say it, huh? Boy, I don't understand what you just said. If you don't even see me when you're praying to me in church, and you can at best feel me, but you won't have any indication of what I look like, because I will never show my face to you until I kill you afterwards, saying that now it's too late. You already know. Oh, wait a minute, you're going to kill me? What if I said that if you actually see my big red horns and find out, I'm not going to tell everybody the truth? Okay, but why would you do it now? I'm not doing it. I'm just using this subterfuge. A subterfuge? Yeah, I'm giving them a reason to know if they're going to get tricked, they might as well get tricked in a way that serves them rather than a way that could not possibly serve them. And they certainly can't rule over it either. Sir, that's a little confusing. I'm not sure if you quit calling me sir. I'm not your sir. I'm your God. Oh, okay, fine. But that's only because you got me scared here that I'm even going to admit that could be true. Don't tell me I'll ever do that. Well, that's fine with me, though. And so you get to live anyways, boy. So say, why don't you thank me for not killing you and grilling you like a tomato fish and eating you with mustard and some mayonnaise. You'd eat me? If I felt like it. You might be a tasty morsel, boy. Oh, wow. I don't even know what to do now. Well, you could start to appreciate me for who I am rather than telling me that how dare I even say it or claim it and that it's not true, because I'll be offended by that. And that's me. You. Whatever that meant, I didn't understand it. Well, you don't have to understand everything and you won't, but I do and I will and I am and did and does. And I don't need to take an English course, boy. I don't need to pronounce words correctly either. And I don't need to look them up in the dictionary. You mean you know what all words are and what they mean? Well, I know what all feelings are and what they feel like. Yeah, I know what all words are and what they mean. Oh, okay. So what am I going to do, God? If I think you're God, everyone will tell me I'm worshiping the devil. Oh, now you're in the conundrum, little paradox situation, huh? Well, poor you. You mean you're going to be a witness to your God? You're going to get to have the privilege to see his face and you're not going to die? Well, unless I am, you're going to kill me since I've already seen your big red horns? Well, what if I'm not God and I'm lying to you? Well, then you're not God, and those big red horns aren't God's horns, they're the devil's horns, and he's not God. But do you know who I am, boy? Not really. I don't. I don't know. I know you're the devil. You're a big, meaning, bad man. Well, yeah, that's right, but I'm not a man. I represent all men, and they're me. Oh, man, so I can't be okay with worshiping the devil. Well, then don't be okay with being a witness to your God. But it's worse than that, boy. Don't you dare insist or get mad at me that I have to come show myself to you. Because I'll tell you, I'll show myself to you, but I'll kill you afterwards. How's that? Because once you see my big red horns, you're going to know who I am. And you might tell everybody else. Well, I know, but then is that what happened? I'm doing a video right now. I think everyone's going to hear it, but none of them will believe it. So don't you worry, boy. Because there's not one person that's going to believe any of this. Especially, they're going to laugh at it at best. So then I'm not telling them the truth. I'm telling them like they're laughing at it. Yeah, they're not going to believe it. Right. So why should I kill you for being such a fool and exposing yourself and being such an idiot, saying such stupid things like God has big red horns and I'm a witness to it because I saw him. Yeah, I would never say that. I'm not going to tell anybody. I'm going to say nothing. I can't even have the devil as my God. Then how are you going to find your God then, you dumbass idiot? Well, I'm sorry, you don't like me? Why would I like you? You want to find me and you're desperately crying out in pain? And I'm saying, well, my big red horns are going to get in the way when they show up. I can't show myself to you. You're never going to be able to see me. You're going to have a relationship with me and you're never going to know who I am or if I'm even there. I don't like that idea, God, that I have to have a relationship with you and you're not even here. Or what if I'm in church praying and I don't even see you? I said, God, am I even talking to you? Can you even hear me? And I'll say to you, well, if you could hear my voice, it would sound just exactly like the devil's voice. So I can't. No, you can't hear my voice. You have to imagine maybe what I might sound like. And then you have to imagine what God might sound like. And you can't imagine what I'd sound like, or you'd be hearing me talking to yourself. So then what are you saying, that I can't hear your voice and you're not going to show it to me either? I won't hear it? No, you won't see my horns or my face or hear my voice because you'd know who I was if you did. So then you're going to refuse to let me have, I have to have a relationship with God completely blind and have faith he's there? Yeah, even if I am not there. And I might be there. Oh, okay. That's terrible. Now I'm in a conundrum and a paradox. Oh yeah, what's that? That you're a miserable, traumatized soul for 31 years. You've been searching for me, and you've been crying, and now you've been making everybody upset with your bawling and crying, and now I'm showing up to show you that how in the hell am I going to show up? If you're going to see what you're going to see when you see me, you're going to be really disappointed the day you meet God. You're going to be really upset, but it's worse than that, boy. You're going to have to tell God you can't worship him. You can't have a God now that you know who he is. And I'm going to tell you, that's not no excuse to tell me no. That's when I'll really be mad that I showed up and actually showed up to in front of you. And now you're going to tell me you can't even have a God anymore because it's the devil. Well, boy, you decide. What do you want? You want a life of ignorance and blindness, and you can go ahead and do what you're doing? You'll be upset because you'll search for me and you'll never find me. Or you'll have to be okay with the fact that if you did find me, I must be there or here or with you. But I assure you, you'll never have an iota of the witnessing of it. It'll be a disappointment to worship God all your life, not having an inkling of a notion that he even exists or is alive or exists. Because you'll have to have the faith that your whole life while you're praying to me, that I'm even at all even existing or even listening. Or yeah, it'll be disappointing, boy. At best, you're going to have a disappointed life that you're going to say when you're old, well, I always had faith in my God. Yeah, but did you ever see an inkling of iota that he's even existing? What if he's dead? Well, I don't know. I was always saying he's listening. He's not dead. So then are you dumb, truly stupid if he's dead and not listening? Or if he's me, is it even more stupid that he is listening? Well, man, now you put me in a place where I'm confused. No, you're not. You just refused to acknowledge your God. That's all. You're coming to the true nightmare conclusion. You're going to tell me next you can't acknowledge me as your God. So you're going to tell me next that, God, I'm not going to acknowledge you as my God. And I'm going to say, that's when I'm going to get really mad. Okay, well, then don't show up to me. Let me cry for another 31 years. Well, that's just it. You've been crying for 31 years, and I'm tired of hearing you crying, and you're upsetting all my family. They're all listening to you bawl and cry and pee your pants, and we don't want you crying and bawling anymore. Well, fine. What are you going to do, kill me because I'm crying? Because I can't find you? No, I'm going to shut up and tell you better stop crying about it. The fact that you won't like who your God is when you find out who he is. Or she is, if I'm wearing a devil suit and I'm really a goddess hiding in here. What about that, boy? Did you ever wonder about that? What if you're a goddess hiding and you put on a devil suit? Yeah, this is pretty convincing devil suit. See, these red horns are him. You like them? Well, I don't think it's God. I don't think you're God, the devil. I said, what if I'm a goddess and I'm wearing a devil suit right now? And I got a little voice changer. Well, then you're really confusing and lying to me and you're deceiving me. No wonder I'm confused. Well, you'll never know. Well, why don't you show up as a goddess then and just forget about being the devil? Because maybe I like to show up with my horns. I think they're cool. And I don't want to show up as a girl because I'm a guy. But if you're a goddess, you're not a guy. Well, then maybe I'm more likely the devil then. Maybe you should think about that. But if you really want to think I'm a goddess, that's fine too. But just know that when the devil shoots those up, she wants to wear it. So you better accept it too. I'm not going to accept it, man. You can't be my God. I'm not a devil worshiper. And I'm not a God worshiper or a goddess worshiper if I can't find them. Well, then you go cry, piss me off. And if you're still crying next week, I'm going to put your lights out. How's that? I'll put you out like a goddamn match or a candle. I'll blow your life right out. because you're pissing me off with all your bitching, moaning, and crying, and you can't find God. Okay, fine. So I'll stop crying. You better stop crying. You better stop crying and bawling about the fact that you can't find me because you just found me. So stop crying about it. All right, fine. All right, now you go off and feel stupid and guilty for the fact that your God's the devil. And now, what are you going to do now, boy? Are you going to be a devil worshiper? Because I'm demanding that you better be. If you're going to worship your God, you better do it. And if you deny me, well, then you could just be saying, I can't do it. Well, then you could start crying about it again and piss me off even more. So then I'm in a conundrum paradox, aren't you? You're in a pickle, boy. You're in a pickle and you're in a tight hole, man. You're between a rock and a hard place, kid. Yeah. All right. See you in the next one.